Let me be honest, my PS5 has an identity crisis, and I just keep going back to older games. My PlayStation 5 has been more of a Netflix and Amazon Prime streaming machine than a gaming powerhouse. Obviously, I will definitely be waiting for Grand Theft Auto 6, but in the meantime, I've been revisiting classics like God of War 2018 and Hitman 3. While these games definitely still impress me, I can't shake that feeling that once the credits roll for the game and the platinum trophy that I unlocked already popped, there's no reason to really return to that game. Compare this to like Fallout New Vegas that I played on the PlayStation 3, or you've probably played on the 360, a game that I've played through 8 different times since 2010. Every playthrough honestly feels unique because the game remembers my choices. Help the NCR, and Legion assassins will hunt you across the Mojave and build a dumb character. Well, suddenly you unlock hilarious dialogue options even the developers didn't expect most players to see. That's the magic modern PlayStation games are missing. And I think PlayStation 5's trouble launch timing is definitely to blame here. When Sony released the PS5 in November of 2020, the world still was deep in that COVID lockdown. Developers were scrambling to adapt to remote work just to get Sony some revenue and pumped out for the consoles. Yet Sony added a next gen console to capitalize on the gaming boom. The result? A machine that arrived before its games were actually ready. Look at the so-called next-gen exclusives like Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok. They all shipped on the PlayStation 4 as well. That meant developers couldn't truly innovate, and they were stuck designing for PlayStation 4 hardware. Even now, years later, I'm still waiting for the true next-gen experience that justifies my $500 purchase. Well, it definitely did already because the console itself and the hardware is amazing. I do definitely enjoy my PS5, aside from the stick drift, of course, but where are these games that will technically utilize the full SSD's capabilities to create impossible loading free worlds aside from Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, of course? Where are the titles that make meaningful use of the DualSense beyond the basic vibrations like we've seen in Astro's Playroom? This cross-gen limbo has created a strange paradox in my opinion. As I showed in my previous video, the PlayStation 4 isn't dying anytime soon. In countries like Brazil or even in India, where a PlayStation 5 costs 3 months' wage, millions are perfectly happy with their $100 used PS4 Slim. Why upgrade when Fortnite and Call of Duty Black Ops 7 even will be playable on the PS4? Even in wealthier region, most players treat their consoles as a streaming device first and a gaming device second. This market reality has pushed developers towards a safer, more cinematic experience games that wow you once but leave you little reason to return to those games. Take trophy hunting for example. I love hunting platinum trophies, but modern titles feel like just a lot of grind and tedious work. Collect 200 feathers or clear 50 identical outposts. Compare that to Witcher 3, right? Where there's a trophy called Gwent Addict, and it's rewarded for, engaging one of the most best side hustle activities that you naturally progress in, or New Vegas's hardcore mode, which transformed the entire game into a survival challenge. Today's trophies are often like an afterthought rather than a celebration of your time and mastery. Now, there is hope for the horizon though, right? Rockstar's $2 billion investment into GTA 6 suggests that they're aiming to revolutionize replayability, especially for the online sense and role playability. If anyone can bring back the magic of emergent or choice driven gameplay, it's definitely Rockstar. Until then, my PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 Pro still is a great console to stay hooked up right beside my PS5 because sometimes the past just gets gaming right. Now let me know in the comments down below if you feel similarly to me, and these are just some of my thoughts about the current state of gaming, and even with more time on my hands as even I've got older, but I just can't really enjoy the newer titles. I really do await the newer games like Ghost of Yotei or Wolverine for example, but these story-based games will come out maybe next year or the year after. That just goes to show that we waited a long time for a console as great as the PS5 is, but I wish that we just had more games to have fun on it, right? But that's been it. It's been a boy Optage. I'll catch you guys all in my next video. Goodbye.